Hello everyone. Oh no, I've got to do this. Hang on. Alrighty. So this is going to be a live broadcast of Bowls 360. So every night during the Australian Open, I'm going to try and do some results at about this time for the next 2 weeks, about 4 p.m. Western Standard Time. We'll jump on. We'll do a live coverage of the day's events. I was a bit laggy out of the blocks yesterday. I had a bowls function on yesterday, so I wasn't able to do yesterday. So I'm not going to go back over and do day one of the men's singles. So we'll just start from today. I'm sure everyone's across what's happened on day one with the West Aussie guys in the singles, but we'll start from day two. We'll go through their scores, and if anyone's going to tune in and watch, then feel free to give us a chat. And if there's any people that we don't go through that you'd like to see, then put up a name and I'll go through them if they're non-Western Australian. If you want to know how they went, then please let me know and we'll quickly go through them as well. So that's about it. Let's get on with the results. I'm not sure how this is really going to work. This is a bit of a test case tonight as to how it's going to look, how many viewers we get. But if you're going to watch the recording, then know that about 4 p.m. every night for the next 2 weeks we'll go through the Australian Open. Alright, let's look at the scores from today. So for our Western Australian people, so in round one today, section 124 was Marcus Sear from South Perth, a 21-17 win there against Robert Grant. He then had a 21-4 win against Craig Robertson. The Vital game in round three against Blake Signal, he unfortunately went down 17-21. I'm pretty sure Blake is a New Zealand representative player, so he's a very, very good player if I stand, and to get to 17 shots is a very commendable effort there by Marcus. He's probably a bit disappointed. He probably had some shots in the game which he thought he would win, and as a consequence he finishes in second spot on the ladder there to Blake. Now what I did forget to do was to bring up, so I'm not quite as prepared as what I should have been, so let me just bear with me for a sec. So I want to go to the Australian Open. I've got my list of where, so the next Western Australian was in section 127. That is Brian Whitehead from Scarborough. He lost his first game 13-21 to Ryan Wilkins. Won his second game 21-18 against Scott Bonthrown. And the third game he unfortunately went down 13-21 against Terry Warder, which saw him end up in third spot on the ladder. Hey Jamar, how are you? We're just going through today's scores for our Western Australian bowlers. The next section is 129, Tyrone Alberti. He lost his first game 16-21 to Joseph van der Pennen. Round two he won 21-18. And in round three didn't play it. It was unnecessary. I think it was between these two, so they didn't bother playing. And we can confirm that there. Yeah, Mark Wybrow and Joe van der Pennen played off in that game. Mark Wybrow winning tie, finishing in third spot. The next section we have is section 141. Scroll to that. Jimmy Newton from Leeming up there, 21-6 in the first game of the day. Good to hear, Jamar. Thanks for coming in. Jim won the second game there, 21-18 over Charlie Hicks from South Australia. And his third game, he went down 12-21 to Michael Carroll from Camp Hill. And it saw him second spot on the ladder. That last game was for the win. The winner of that game was going to get through. So bad luck Jim, second spot there. Section 144 is next. 144 sees Damien Deegan from Yanchep. One thing I love about the Australian Open is you see bowlers who I've not heard of from all over the state. We have a lot of country Western Australian guys go over every year. So Damien Deegan's one. I've not heard of Damien. 21-13 his first game against Mark Orman. 21-6 in his second game over Gary Verstegen. In his third game, 21-8 over Philip Pigeon, which means he was undefeated today. 3 wins out of 3. Well done, Damien. You're through to the next round. Section 150. Section 150 is Carl van der Sluis, Sludgy from Leeming, 21-7 over Jerry Niebert. Second game there, 21-13 over David Grant, a local. Where'd they play? Musgrave Hill. And the third game was a nice 21-11 win over Rod Ettridge. So Sludgy is also undefeated today. He's through to the next round. Well done to Carl. The next section is 155. Josh Vlahos from Joondalup, 21-8. Good start to the day there for Josh. Round 2, 12-21 over Matthew Stone. And round 3, he played Scotty DeJong, a bit of a local legend up there on the Gold Coast, Helensvale. 10-21 over Scott. Scott would have got through, undefeated there. Josh finishing in third spot in that ladder. The next section is 157. 157. Shane Smith from Quinns, 21-16 in game 1 today. 21-12 in game 2. And went down in game 3 against Jeff Hill at Mitcham, 13-21. We go to the ladder. Oh, but he's got through. Finish up in first spot. Well done, Shane. Lost it. Not often you see losing a match and still getting through your section. That's a bit rare in the singles. Looks like 3 of them there had 2 wins. So his shot differential there of +6 got him through the day. So well done, Shane. Good to see you in the next round. We go to section 158. This is a double banger here. Jeremy Thomas and Tristan Masang, both from Osborne Park. A bit stiff, isn't it? You travel all the way to the Australian Open, not only strike someone from your own state, but from your own club. That's dead set unlucky. But Jeremy won his first game this morning, 21-19, as did Tristan, 21-11. Round 2, they played each other. Jeremy coming out on top there, 21-13 over Tristan. And in round 3, Tristan went down 5-21, but Jeremy won 21-7, so he went through undefeated. 3 games out of 3. Well done, Jeremy. You're through to the next match. So 167 is our next Western Australian section. Blake Butler is in this section. His first game 18-21 over Jack McMaster. In round 2 he won 21-2. Holy smoke, that'll get him into calculations with the shots up. Round 3 he won 21-9, so his shots up are good. Did Jack McMaster win all 3? He did. Yeah, so Blake Butler finishes in second spot there with a +28 score. In the old days, that might have been, when you had lucky losers, that might have been enough to get through to day 2. But these days, the men's singles, it's only the winning person gets through to day 2. Well, the knockout stages really. So the next section there is 170. Greg Parker from Lake Munga, 8 shots to 21 over Glenn Raymond. 21-13 over Kenneth Victor Ritzi. What a name for a bowler, Victor. Wasn't the victor on this occasion. And he won his third game as well, at 21-14. So winning 2 games there did Greg, but that's still only in third spot. 3 guys on 2. The +14 getting through on this occasion. Greg had a +2, so not enough to get through, unfortunately. Section 174. We see Phil Doby from Leeming in his first game there, 19-21. Nice tight tussle. Second game, 17-21. Another tight game. And his third game, he got through 21-10 over Daniel Keogh, but 1 win won't ever be enough in a singles match. And he finishes in third spot for his section. Can you hear me all right? I think my volume's coming through okay. 176, I hope so, because I'm not going to re-record it. David Regan, bit of a giveaway there on the ladder. Dave Regan from South Perth. Game 1 it was 6-21. Game 2 was 19-21 over Paul Chamberlain. And game 3 was, 7-21 over Kevin Anderson, who was a very, very good bowler. I think he's a Scottish international. I'm not sure. I think he's represented Scotland. So David had a pretty tough section there, and unfortunately wasn't able to win a game. Finished last there. Our next Western Australian is in 179. Tom Vlahos from Joondalup, 21-12 with his first game of the day. That's a nice start. Game 2, just a tight tussle there, 18-21 down over Gene Ayton, a local. And round 3, he went down 20-21 over Shane Ettridge. So 2 close losses there. Tom's finishing in 3rd spot there, but a pretty good effort for the day. That pushed all of those guys. What's the next section? 185. So 185 is Gary Bennett from South Perth, 4-21 in game 1. Bit of a shaky start there for Gary. 8-21 in game 2 over Damon Lewis, and 11-21 over Philip Shaw. So he unfortunately wasn't able to win a game. Will always finish in 4th spot if you don't win a match. So hopefully he's warmed up nicely for the pairs. 187 is next. 187 sees Morris Bevilacqua from North Perth there, 20-21. That was a bit of an arm wrestle in game 1 over Wayne Taylor from Frankston. Game 2 had a good win, 21-19, another tight contest. And round 3, 17-21. Wow, he certainly got his money's worth today, didn't he, Morris? 17-21, so he had 1 win for the day, finishes in 3rd spot. But I think he'd be quite happy with his efforts today. He was close on all 3 occasions, winning 1 of them. The next section we go to is 189. 189 is Jack East's section. So he won his first game of the day, 21-12. His second game, 21-18 over Brenton Roberts. And his third game, 21-7 over Lee Young from New Zealand. So that's 3 wins to Jack. Finishes the first in on top, plus 26. A good day for Jack. One of our stronger chances from WA for sure. The next section there is 194. Paul Smith from Manning won his first game, 21-10. Won his second game, 21-19. And won his third, 21-9. So well done, Paul. That's 3 wins. So you'll get through your section. That's a good day's effort. Plus 25 is a very solid day for sure. So well done to Paul there from Manning. The next section is 200. We go across to Southport. Glenn Martin from the Scarborough Bowling Club, 21-4. That's a nice start to the day for Glenn. Always has a habit of doing well over here at the Australian Open. 21-17 in game 2. And 21-4 in his last game. Arthur Foy, the victim there. So Glenn winning all 3 games. Plus 38. That's a solid day, isn't it? 3 wins there. Well done to Glenn on getting through. Section 201 is our next section to look at. Jeff Burgess from Leeming, 19-21 to start the day. Would have been a good long game to get the oil going. 21-19 in game 2. Couple of tight games, and he won his last 21-12. How did that put him through for the day? And in 3rd spot. Wow, a tight section, that one. 3 of them on 2 wins and a loss, but he's just shy of the shots. 5 shots off, unfortunately. So good days though from Jeffrey Burgess there from Leeming. A good day's outing. Unfortunately, not able to get through. So our next section is 204. We go to Club Mermaid. It's Jeff Bovell from South Perth, 12-21 in game 1. 21-13 over Greg Whale in round 2. And 9-21. Didn't finish the day all that well, Jeff, so he won't be getting through. He's finished in 3rd spot on the ladder there. We go to section 205, right next door. Adam McPherson from Manning, or Macca, I think is his name. 21-12, nice start to the day there for Macca. This will be his first Australian Open, only relatively new bowler. 5-21 over Paul Gilbert from Algester, a very strong Queensland club. And game 3 he won 21-16 over Raymond Harmsworth. So he's won 2 games to finish second on the ladder. He'll be pretty stoked with that, I suspect. To go over there and win 2 games in your 3rd or 4th year of bowls is really good. So well done, Macca, to you. Our next section is 206. We go to Steve Novak from Cardinia, 21-9 in game 1. 21-5 over Raymond Cooper from Raymond Terrace. He really should change his surname, shouldn't he, to Raymond Terrace from Raymond Terrace. And game 3 was 21-8 over Steve O'Shaughnessy. So he wins all 3 and he gets through to the next round. Well done, Steve from Cardinia, plus 41. Holy smoke, that is a good day. We shift over to section 215. We go to Nerang Mackenzie Park, or Nerang Community Bowls Club. Gary Ford from Leeming, I think we've got a couple of teams from Leeming that have gone this year. 21-11 over Neil Bissett, 14-21 over Dave Bewley, and 21-10 over Phil Cookson. That means he won 2, but he's got through the section. That's well done. It's 2 wins and a loss. Plus 14 beats the plus 8 to David Bewley. So that last game was critical for him to get through. Well done, Gary. 223 is Justin Wright from Willerton, 13-21 down in game 1, 18-21 in game 2 over Mark Vogler, and game 3 was 13-21 over Greg Christensen. So unfortunately Justin wasn't able to win a game, but you've got in the double figures in all of them, so that's some solid bowls there from Justin. A bit of a warm-up for the pairs and the 4s, hopefully. 224 is next. We go to Paul Sinden from Mount Lawley, 13-21 over Martin Holden. Round 2 is 21-17 over Benjamin Wolfenden. And game 3 he won 21-8. That'll give him 2 wins and some good shots up. Was it enough? Yes, it was. Well done, Paul. 2 wins and a loss, plus 9, beating the plus 7 from Paul Entwistle. Good day to be a Paul on that rink. But he sneaks through by plus 2, so well done, Paul. That good win in the last game was enough to get you over the line. 225, we move over to Burleigh Heads. John Carrigan from Quinns Rocks, 6-21, bit of a slow start for the day. He wins his second game, 21-18 over Robbie Knowles. And game 3, unfortunately, fell away at the end, 5-21 to Drew Hay. And he finishes in 4th spot, but did get a win, so it's not a complete bust for the day for John. The next section is 226. Gary Jansen from Borden, one of our country Western Australian people, 8-21 in game 1, 21-18 over Tony White from Cementco. Wow. And game 3 was another win, 21-4, so that's a good comeback for Gary. Was it enough? No, not quite. Wins 2 games with 3 others, but his shot differential was a bit off the local there, Brennan Woods, so he won't go through, Gary, but a good day. Section 227 is next. James Newton from Dowran, 0-21. Oh, ugly day for James. And also we see Ben Leggett in this section, 21-11. In round 2, they played each other. Ben Leggett winning 21-2 over James there. And round 3, good, he got a win. 21-17, came back and won the last. He might have been a bit nervous, maybe. Found his range in the 3rd game, so it's good to see he got a win. Ben Leggett got the win as well, 21-18. So he wins all 3 and will get through. And James Newton there in 4th spot with those horrible shots in the first couple of games. Section 229 is next. Aidan Nelson from Mount Lawley. I don't know Aidan. 2-21 in game 1. 21-11. Come back and gets a nice win there from Joel Margetts. And wins the 3rd game as well. 21-12 over Philip Rolfe. So 2 wins, but I think the shots in the first game will probably have done him in. Yeah, 2 wins with the others, but his shots was well off. So he was probably a bit nervous in the first game as well and just getting into it, but had 2 good wins to finish. So we've got 230 is next. And we see Trevor Verren from Hall's Head, 14 to 21 in game 1. He won the second, 21-12. Nice over Graham Hurd. And his third, he went down 10 to 21 over Stuart Vaughan. So he'll finish in third spot on 1 win, -9 shots. And next section is 240 as we near the end. So I'll take this opportunity, if anyone's watching and knows of any bowlers that played today that aren't Western Australian and you'd like to know how they went, then please let me know, and I'll go and look up their section and have a look for you. So in section 240 we had 2 Western Australian bowlers here, Nathan Walker from Lake Munga and Ray, who won 21-15, and Ray John Van Ross from Bayswater, who lost 7 to 21. In game 2, Ray Van Ross turned that around to win 21-2 over Nathan Walker. And Nathan Walker wins the last 21-19, and Ray Van Ross 13 to 21 down. Ray Van Ross might have done a number on Nathan there. Unfortunately he has, 2 wins and a loss, but the shots were just a killer there in that second game for Nathan. So he goes down, unfortunately. Beat the guy that got through the section, but it wasn't enough. Ray finished in third spot. And for our last section, we go to section 242, and it's none other than Blake Nairn, 21-16 winner in his first game, 21-10 over Tony Schiavello from Bandura, and the third game wins 21-11 over the local Philip Jordan. So 3 wins means he gets through, plus 26. A nice solid day for Blake, another one of our bowlers today with a pretty good chance of going deep in the event. So our winners for the day are Damien Deegan, Carl Vanderslice, Shane Smith, Jeremy Thomas, Jack East, Paul Smith, Glenn Martin, Steve Novak, Gary Ford, Paul Sinden, Ben Leggett and Blake Nairn. A pretty good day's outing for our Western Australian bowlers today. Well done to those that competed. We've had no requests for other bowlers, but if you're watching the replay on the video, remember we'll be live around about 4 p.m. Western Standard Time every night of the Australian Open to go through the day's results.